Hey, it's Chris Carter and Shannon Nordstrom from the Under the Hood Show, and we are with Yvette Vanderbrink. We are in Pierce, Nebraska, the Lambrecht auction coming up at the end of September. We've been talking about it for a while. Yvette, when we're talking about this auction, of course the showcase pieces, the cars that we've been talking about, but there's also an amazing amount of small things, new hubcaps in the box that are brand new from 50 years ago, pieces of trim off cars that have never been put on a car that are 50 years old or more. How does that get organized? How is that going to work when we have this auction?
Well, when we develop a plan for every auction, and we've been doing these for 12 years, and you look at, in my mind, I play the auction in my head as to exciting points and low points. And so when we organize an auction, or when I organize an auction, I make sure that it's exciting all day so that nobody can even go get a hot dog. And you have a time for parts, you have a time for your highlight vehicles, and then you have a time for your used vehicles. And so you start off with one item, then you go to one category, then a next, and intermittent. And so you have it kind of scheduled as to what is what. A lot of times when we have the new parts like that, we'll sell the vehicles first so they can buy the parts for their vehicles.
Let's talk about some of those vehicles. I think there's a lot of talk going on about the certain vehicles, the new vehicles, the vehicles that have never been sold from the dealership. What are some of those vehicles?
Well, over in the corner here we have one of the highlights, I think, is a 58 Cameo pickup, and it has 1.3 miles.
Chris Russ wants that one, he said.
He's going to have to get in line. But that's going to be the first vehicle we sell on Saturday. And we're just going to knock her out of the park right there. Everybody wants it, so we're going to let them get a chance to have that. And then after that, we're going to sell most of the newer vehicles. For example, this 63 Chevy, which has a little bit of bat guano, just a few spots. We found out there's some bats living in here, but it has about 11 miles on it, and we're going to work our way down the newer vehicles and work towards the project parts cars. But we're going to start off Saturday with selling manuals, then advertising, then a few of the parts, and then work into our vehicles, and then our project parts cars, and then do some parts.
Yvette, how many cars are there total that will be auctioned off over the course of the sale?
500.
Wow. And when you get into this sale, you'll have all different types, a little something for everybody. How can people bid? If you're interested and you're watching on this website right now on Under the Hood Show and you want to bid, how do you get involved?
Well, the first thing I'd recommend both of you to do is to get an early bidder registration right now. I'm just mailing out 100 of them right now to people all over the United States, and then you're good to go. You have your number, you can show up and bid. You have to have a driver's license, cash, or if you can write a business or personal check, but we have to have proof that you have that money.
So a letter from the bank or something
or
like that?
Or an ATM slip, or your phone, or anything that shows us that you have that money that you're writing that check. And once you have all that in place, you'll be able to get a bid number. There's no charge for a bid number. There is no charge for admission, and we are having the auction in an 80-acre field out in the middle of the big blue machine shed.
So you're going to have to make sure that you're ready to be here and live bid in person, or is there other bids that people can bid online?
Yes, you can bid on most everything online through proxybid.com. You'll register separately through their website, and it walks you through that process. Now, not everything will be online. We have some goodies that are going to be for only people at the auction, which is some unique advertising pieces and some other goodies that I'm not going to say.
Well, when will things be available for people to preview, if they want to come down and see the things themselves? What's the preview dates? When can people get in to see all this inventory and make their decisions on what they're going to try to buy?
First thing is to watch the videos. There's 3 videos on youtube.com, Lambrecht 1, 2, and 3. And then there is also on my website photographs, and we're constantly loading. I loaded 718 last night on day 1. So all the photos for day 1 should be up now. Also the sale order, the catalog, and everything for day 1 will be up in a few days. And day 2 will be following later this week. So you can look at that, determine if you want it. Like we said, we have everything from newer vehicles to project parts cars. Some of these have sat outside. He parked some new cars outside. I crawled in the back of a 79 Chevy wagon through the back.
It's not the first time you've done that.
No, it isn't the first time. No. I'm good at hopping back seats. But anyway, that's a long time ago. But I crawled through there, opened the door. It's like new in there, except was down. And, but it did sit outside, but it is a brand new car. I think it had 3 miles on it.
So for our viewers and our listeners, you can go to vanderbrinkauctions.com. We'll put links up on underthehoodshow.com throughout the process. We'll be talking about on the show up until the date of the sale. We thank you, Yvette, for giving us time today. I know we've got some other people waiting to interview you today on this special day you let us come down. We really appreciate that. Anything else you want to leave for?
You bet. I tell you, like I said, when you watch the video, there's something for everyone. We have a lot of pickups. We have 12 64 Chevy pickups that have 0 to 5 miles.
Wow.
And they're all in a row, and that's on day one. And then, it goes from every degree. And if you're a Derby boy, this is the place. We have some of them that might be a little rougher for restoration or parts that I have heard through the grapevine that Derby guys have been sitting on the road with telescopic lenses, and it's on a Derby website.
Oh, boy.
So, there's something for everybody. We're going to have fun, but I have to emphasize the only day you can preview is the 27th from 8:30 in the morning to 8 at night, and that's another day to early register. Also, hotel rooms, there's camping. Go to my website under bidder info. There's some information there.
That's very important. Chris, anything you want to leave us with?
Yvette Vanderbrink, you can find all the info at our website, and you can go there and check out. There really is something for everyone. Like we said, there's going to be some amazing cars purchased, but there's also going to be, like you said, advertising things
Yeah.
and little pieces of trim. Maybe if you can't buy the car you grew up with, you can buy a little piece of the
Or
car
the
you grew up
picture.
with.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
Thanks, Yvette.
You